Hello, y'all. It's now 9:05 p.m. So I could have stayed here all day, but today was the first day in almost a week that I left off this property. The last time I left off this property was this past Saturday, like 6 days ago. So that shows you that I be trying to stay away from society and trying to stay out of trouble. So I'm thankful and glad that man had helped me out, and cared about me enough that he didn't want to see me on the streets. He said he'd been in my position before. So I didn't tell y'all before, but you know, he works here and he also said that he has a temp job too. So the manager was okay with him paying, offering to pay me a night. Sometimes if a employee at a certain job wants to do something nice for a customer or something, sometimes the employees say that they don't, that they would get in trouble, you, you know. So the manager was okay with him helping me out. So sometimes, like on a rare occasion, like it recently happened when somebody helped me out partially with enough money for a hotel room and said, I'm not going to tell who it is or which job they work, but it was another person somewhere else that told me, not to say anything because the person's job could be, at risk. And it's like, that's like, say if a person is working at rallies or checkers or something, for example, and a poor, hungry, homeless person come up, and if they get fired for giving that person free food, or if they pay out of their pocket, you know, to buy that person food, they can get fired for that. So I'm glad, the manager was nice and he was okay with the man helping me out. So obviously the in-person perps know where I'm at. But the online perps, I'm trying as best as I could to make sure that they don't know where I'm at. They probably brag or probably feel like they know exactly where I'm at and stuff. So I try to avoid and try to hide, giving any clues, you know, and they still find ways to find out anyway. So that's how I know they must be tracking me. So so what happened was, like, when I went to go swim and shower. Well, I just got tired of being in those other clothes. I got tired of being in those other clothes, and I think I was wearing those clothes for like a week and a half or 2 weeks. The same one outfit, just and suffering like depression and stuff. But I would take a bath like every other day and then put back on the same clothes. But I got tired of wearing the same outfit, same clothes. So same underwear, same clothes. But I was, wearing the bladder pad because of the direct energy weapons and the forced urination and weak bladder and stuff. So I've been really suffering depression. And so I made myself go and get a few little things necessary out of my locker and swim and shower and then come back. And so like today was just kind of, it wasn't a total disaster, but I had kind of like a rough day. So, but this morning was great. But this afternoon I had a rough time. Um, so um, this morning I did a quick video, trying to ask for help and stuff, and you had to use up some of my phone data. And then I packed up and left, and I had to take out we got to take out our own trash here. So, um, I ended up going take out the trash, and then the man that worked here, he offered to take my trash to the dumpster, and then at first I was afraid that he would have stood me up and played me, and I almost started to think that, but he followed through on his word to help me. And it was one of the housekeepers was nice enough that she gave me some food, and she gave me some noodles and a couple of like canned meat, and like 2 cans of little canned meat, like one canned chicken and one tuna, and like two packs of ramen noodles, and a box of whale crackers. And so it seems like when I tell people, like when people want to know how I became homeless, it's like it's difficult to tell them, because if I say a long story, not her, she didn't do that, but other people, some people respect you not want to really tell them, but others be trying to push the issue. And so if I just tell people, oh, well, I'm being gang stalked, they'll think I'm nuts. But it seems like when I let them know that I was abused in foster care, and the foster mom abused us and put us in a cult, and she was and me, being resistant to the cult, even during my teenage years, and going through this other stuff, me being resistant to her control. Because remember, I told y'all she ran her own household like a cult. So it really truly is a long story. So like when I tell them about the foster mom and the cult, they end up being a little more understanding, you know, towards me talking about the gang stalking and all that. But it really is complex and really truly a long story. But I try to make it a little short. But I briefly told her, about being gang stalked and all, but we didn't really get deep because she was in the middle of working and stuff. So she had got me some food, but she said something about getting me lunch, but maybe she got sidetracked and or got too busy or something. So and I'm like, well, I'm glad that not everybody's out to hurt me or destroy me. So there are a few good-hearted people, but then once they hear the slander campaign, then their mind changes about you. And then they start to act like the regular person, like everybody else. And then you feel devastated. So um, I waited around for like 12:30 because I think she said that was when her lunch break. But I ate one pack of noodles. I had to break up the noodles and put it in a bowl and put it in the microwave. But y'all gonna think I'm weird for this. It's like like a ceramic bowl. So I didn't have dishwashing liquid, so I used the hotel conditioning shampoo to wash the bowl to wash the bowl off. you know, and clean. I rinsed it off really, really well. Made sure it's, you know. So then, I ate the noodles and I added like four liquid spoon. I think it could have been four liquid teaspoons. It was looked like it was in between teaspoon and tablespoon. I can't tell, but it's like four small spoonfuls of the coconut oil in my beef flavored ramen noodles, and I ate those for supposed, breakfast. But before then, I mean, that was like close to noon. But before then, I had nothing to eat or drink, and so everything was good this morning. I was feeling anxiety about having to be back on the streets and not having any place to exist, and I'm like, oh no, I'm about to face hell. So I'm glad to not be chaotic downtown because today's the 20th. Wow. Well, I'm glad. Well, I mean, tonight was gallery night. I forgot all about it completely. But you know what? Gallery night no longer excites me like it used to 3 years ago. I mean, I'm not even. Gallery night is not the same anymore. So, but I'm glad to have had peace and quiet and not worry about gallery night or that noise and chaos. You know, that rowdy weekends downtown. Even in New Orleans, it's like Sunday through Thursday or Sunday through Wednesday was more quiet than, and even downtown New Orleans, it was more quiet than during Friday, Saturday, the weekends. And I hate Mardi Gras. I really hate it. I hate the crowds. I hate noise. I hate chaos. I hate all of it. I just want peace and quiet. I hate Mardi Gras. And when you experience going to the parades and stuff, you got basically it was hard to find somewhere to use the bathroom, and that was torture. And you had to take long walks to get to this and that parade. But I mean, me no longer celebrating Mardi Gras. I don't like the green, but I love the purple and gold. But I'm damn sure we're gonna miss some king cake if I can't eat king cake no more. That's the only thing I miss. That I like. I never really liked going to parades anyway, and going to Mardi Gras parades. I used to see that during the Mardi Gras. I used to see that people would choose favoritism on the floats, and they would give their favorite people the biggest Mardi Gras gifts and stuff, and I'm like wondering why they never really throw beads at me or throw toys or whatever at me, you know. But I see they had their special favorite people that they give special Mardi Gras stuff to. I hated that. And then, but dealing with Mardi Gras, the foster mom was always the most abusive, or me and my twin sister will always be fighting. So it was scary. So I don't miss Mardi Gras. I don't. Um, I think the last time I dealt with Mardi Gras, I think it was 2018. I don't remember dealing with it in 2019. But I just be trying to avoid stuff like eat like festivals and all that. Just but I really don't like crowds. So back to today. So after I ate the noodles, while I was waiting around for the housekeeper to come back after 12:30 or something. I think that's when she said her lunch break was. But I thought she may have gotten sidetracked, and I would have felt terrible if she came back looking for me and I was already gone, you know. And so I went to go and eat lunch. Like all I had the noodles and then the actual lunch, like back to back, almost. And I'm like, why am I hungry again? Because noodles is junk. So I had some kind of queso, like some white queso cheese, and ground meat and tortilla chips in a cookie. And the girl had gave me a cookie for free since they were closing. I was trying to ask her, well, how much is a cookie or whatever? And she said it was $1.89. And she said, you know what? We're 2 minutes close to closing. I'll just give it to you. I'm like, oh, thank you. But when I went to go get the the chips and the meat and cheese, well, and I got some water, and the lady, it was well, it was 8 minutes before closing, and I didn't know, and the lady was mean, and she was acting like she was annoyed and disgusted and frustrated. So, well, I went to eat, and I had leftover chips, and I felt bad to throw them away, but because the place where I go swim and shower, well, the manager had asked me last year, "Oh, Candy, do you leave food?" Because she know about me being homeless, so she's like, "Well, do you leave food? I didn't even know you weren't supposed to have food in a locker, but oh, do you leave food in a locker? Oh no, just coconut oil." She said, "Oh, well, that's a beauty product." I'm like, oh, "Okay, well, so so now she said the coconut oil was okay since she thought it would be more of a beauty product. So now well, I mean, I would have saved the chips for later, but I thought she would I mean, if she would have found out, you know, I mean, I was afraid I would get in trouble. So I felt bad to throw the chips away, since I couldn't bring it and put it in my locker. But this morning, I didn't realize until after I was um, gathering stuff and gathering the trash and stuff and going to take out the trash, and then I realized, oh man, the the leftover waffle fries from yesterday, the sweet potato waffle fries from yesterday, felt bad that I threw them away. Didn't realize until the last minute. Just felt so bad. And I forgot all about it. And so at the last minute, I didn't have time, and I thought I was gonna be on the streets. And then somebody swooped in at the last minute and helped me out with another night. I'm pretty sure he did one night. Well, he didn't tell me how many nights, but I'm under the assumption that it was just one night that he helped me out with. But he went out of his way to do that for me. So I'm glad about that. And so, I mean, then everything was fine. You know, I went to go swim, and man, just a little bit minor weirdness go on here and there, but then after I went to shower, they had this Russian lady. This is like the second or third time that she harassed me about the water. Like, how you gonna come? into a country that you're not a native of and try to dictate how they should use their resources. You're trying to tell them what to do. I mean, so, I mean, all of us women, I don't know about in the men's locker, but all of us women, it's like what we have to do is if we run just our shower for water, the water is very cold. So what we have to do is turn on two showers of two different stalls of water in order to make the water hot. And so the lady started like this is her third about I don't could have been second or third time harassing me, about the water. And I'm like, well, I saw those same shoes because I think she was being a hypocrite. Because I saw those same shoes where she was in that big handicap shower. Those same shoes. And she had two waters on. And so then she left and then came back. And I'm like, oh, well, good. I noticed nobody was there later on. So then I went and ran in the big handicap stall, the handicap shower. It's like everybody be fighting to covet the handicap shower. But I mean, because it's like they have a bench where you can sit down, and I'd be exhausted and tired, So I was I hurry up and switch from one stall to the other, after I was in the middle of washing my hair. And so I went to when I saw nobody was there, I hurried up and got my stuff and then ran into the big handicap stall when nobody was, the handicap shower when nobody was in there. And so I was taking my shower, and then the lady tried to harass me about the water, and I'm like, remember what I told you the last time? And then she stopped and left me alone, and then she left out and then came back and then tried to harass me again, and then tried to say, this is criminal. And so and try to turn the water off. I'm like, no, you better turn that water back on, And so me and her she tried to provoke and manipulate me to she tried to provoke me to hit her. And people are usually peaceful there. They got some people be mean and stuff, but I do not go in the morning because everybody's like to meddle in your business, and people like to meddle in your business, and they got abusive, narcissistic, elderly perps. So I don't be liking to go in the morning. But so I just try to go in the afternoon. And that lady, what she did was so she had me and her got into a heated argument, and we had almost on the verge of a push and shove match. And usually nobody really be arguing and fussing or fighting or over there. It's usually peaceful and quiet. Everybody usually act normal, except with the perps. And then, unless we're in a jacuzzi or something, or in a sauna or something, and people want to have arguments over politics, and then it's like I really think these political arguments be like another form of street theater. And they either argue over politics or religion, and I think it'd be like street theater. And so and it gets to be damn near heated, like you'd be afraid that they about to have an all-out fist fight. So I was trying my best to not hit the lady, and I'm like, I'm in the middle of taking my shower and she tried to come harass me about the water. And I'm like, well, I didn't want to fight her, period. But I more so did not want to fight her while butt naked either. You know, while I'm in the middle of taking my shower and she go and harass me and turn off the water and say, this is criminal. And I already explained to her, like, why do you keep doing this? Like, mind your business. I told her, mind your business. Leave me alone. Especially she just got done doing the same thing. And I'm like, well, if she would have harassed other people, she would have got put out of here a long time ago. Out of there a long time ago, you know. So I figured for her to keep picking on me like that, she got to be a perp. A perp that's trying to pick with me on, like, she has a strong European accent. So they say she was Russian. And so, I don't think she picks on other women because we all do that. We use 2 showers, like have the water running for 2 showers in order to make the water that we're using to be hot. And I'm like, don't nobody want to take no damn cold shower. I mean, it's freaking winter, it's cold. Like, go somewhere. Mind your business. Leave me alone. So as I said, she was trying to provoke. She was trying to provoke me to hit her, and I figured the fact that I'm the only one she picks on, because she's an abusive, narcissistic perp that's trying to pick a fight with me on purpose to set me up to get wrongfully banned forever. She's trying to set me up to get banned or kicked out, or trying to set me up to get arrested and go to jail. That's uncalled for and unnecessary. You're sitting there on the verge. You about to leave. Like, why the hell would you come back and start harassing? Why would you leave and then come back and start harassing me? Leave me alone. Shucks. So I forgot to say that they had this perp couple. And look, that lady too, that I had the altercation with, she also had been trying to dress like me with a pink swim top and black bottom of 2-piece fat people swimsuit. You know, well, we cover our whole body, but it's 2-piece. So this other couple, the guy had a bunch of tattoos. This couple, you know, the guy had a bunch of tattoos, and the wife or girlfriend, she had black and pink polka dot top and then a black bottom. And I'm like, she look like she's trying to copy me too. So every time when I got in the jacuzzi, they jumped in too. When I got out, they got out. They got out too. And I'm like, damn, is this a coincidence or are they doing this shit on purpose? Like, when I step out of the jacuzzi, they get out. But then when I get in, they hurry up and run and get in. And then they had this girl was horse playing with her dad or uncle or whoever that was, probably her dad. And she was howling and screaming out, like, very disturbing and loud. You know, so yeah, that Russian or foreign lady was deliberately and on purpose trying to ruin my day. An abusive, narcissistic perp. She gotta be a damn perp. Because she doesn't harass or fuck with nobody else. She was trying to set me up to get in some sort of trouble. Like, meddling, like, you act like as if you gotta pay extra. You pay the same membership as we do. Anybody else. So if you pay the same membership and nobody else is making complaints, why are you the only one who's trying to control people about the water? You know, saying that in your country that we don't use water like that. But otherwise, if you didn't need to have 2 stalls worth of water on to get the water hot, then of course I would use just 1 stall of water. But what if the police did call out and, what you going to do, call 911? Oh, somebody's using two stalls of water. Now, what if the police come out? Or what they gonna do? Arrest me and take me to jail because I used, you know, I mean, because I'm running two shower stalls worth of water. So I let the front desk know, and he said that he was gonna tell the he was gonna tell the female lifeguards, what's going on. And I told him did not mean for any trouble. So then I went to go eat dinner. And on my way going, it's like they had these perps that when they see me and then they waiting for me and they drive off. And I try to capture a picture of one of them, and they had one white and one yellow headlight. And so and I think I kind of sort of missed them, and they kind of delayed my phone a little bit when I just tried to take a picture. And then another one had like dimmed headlights, and then turned on the bright lights, and then pulled off. Once I got near, I'm like, damn, they're on my ass perping me so heavy today because I've been in here in this hotel room and hardly getting out. And so now they're trying to make up for what they lost from what they didn't see, what they didn't get, So, when a targeted individual, when they got somewhere to stay and they staying inside, once they go out, they be on your ass if they ain't seen you in a while, trying to get more money. Now, then when I went to go eat dinner, they had this perp that had his phone aimed up at me, and I don't know if he had his phone aimed up at me too. Come on, man. So he had his phone aimed up at me for too long. They turn on the ignition and idle in that loud vehicle outside. So he had his phone aimed up at me for too long to be considered a picture. So I was walking towards to go get my food and stuff, and he was had his phone aimed directly at me, like as if he was taking a small video of me. And so I gave him a certain look, and then he looked at me like I was crazy, and then he kind of tried to play it off as fake smile and fake laugh and stuff, and then this biracial looking guy, he in a different way looks kind of like the biological brother Wyatt. And the moment I exited the pool, the jacuzzi, while he went in exactly when I was leaving, and he used to perp me 3 or 4 years ago. So he's still a perp. I thought that maybe after a few years, he ain't seen me in a while, or haven't really talked to me in a while. I thought that he would have changed, but so he was eating, and I saw like his hair was all dry. I mean, because it's like when he got into the jacuzzi, his hair was all wet and everything. And so I'm like, wait a minute, how did his hair get so dry like that quick? So when I exited the jacuzzi and then went to shower, I was in the pool for probably 10 minutes, and I was surprised that the pool water wasn't that cold today. I kind of would have liked to stay in longer, but I try to get as much warmth as possible. It sounds like somebody's idling their loud vehicle outside. So I mean, And so when I asked the guy, I said, "Wait a minute, you done swimming already?" I'm like, "You got here, you got over here way before me." And he shrugged his shoulders and acted like he didn't care, and then had me afraid that he thought I was like he treated me like I was bothering him or something, and had me traumatized and afraid that he was gonna, falsely accuse me of pestering him and bothering him, and I was afraid he was gonna set me up to get wrongfully banned from the place. You know, it's like that. You can't even approach people or start a friendly conversation or talk to them or nothing. But I forgot to say that when I walked out of here and was walking towards the bus, where it was a different kind of special little transportation, and when I crossed the street, I had the legal right of way to the signal to cross for me to cross, and then there was a white guy in a white truck that came out of nowhere and sped really fast, and he was the first one to be in line in the traffic, and I was trying to cross, and he tried to deliberately and on purpose run over me before making a right turn. And then he got mad at me like he got mad at me like as if it was my fault that he got caught by the red light. I mean, I had the right of way to go, and it's had the white walk signal before he even um slowed down, and he was gonna be stuck in traffic anyway. I mean, he was gonna be stuck anyway. So I had this all on film too, but I can't show where I'm at because of the online gang stalkers wanting me to get wrongfully banned from everywhere. So the guy kept on sticking his middle finger up at me, a perp, and he kept on aggressively sticking his middle finger up at me and acting like he wanted to hurt me or like he wanted to kill me or something, like he wanted to whip my ass or something like that. And I'm like, is it that damn serious? I'm like, wow. So today was a day that I felt like I probably would have been better off staying here. But I'm glad to get the things that I needed. Like I needed to get more trash bags that I just bought some more trash bags. So I got them out of my locker. And then I also got the last of those bladder pads out of my locker. I need to go to the storage unit and get some more. And I got a couple of bars of soap since the girl downstairs at the front desk, she's doggone stingy with the soap. With that tiny little, small little yellow thing of soap that doesn't even lather that great, and yeah, you can't even get your whole body clean with that tiny little thing. So I bought my own. I mean, I brought my own soap. You know, and I brought my own soap, and you know, and I got my big coat, and so if I would get to stay here longer and had a little more money, I mean, I could have conveniently got laundry done here, in which I would if I didn't have to get DoorDash yesterday. Yesterday I had to get DoorDash because the snack machine wasn't working. So um so I mean I had to get DoorDash, but other than that, if the snack machine was working, then I would have tried to go, like, I could have done laundry in here. So far as I know, I have to leave out tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning, but I have to leave out in the morning at 11, but and have to be back on the streets but the night is supposed to rain all day tomorrow, I guess, and then get colder, and then it's supposed to rain worse on Sunday. And then next week it's supposed to get like in the 30s off and on, and rain off and on almost every day. And so, I mean, nobody really helped me until after I checked out of the hotel room, and somebody online donated me $12, and I used that and combined that with the $4 and plus the $6 in cash. I combined all that to like for a mixture of lunch and dinner, you know. But now I have $2.42 in the bank, no paper cash, and probably I don't know about 3 or 4 dollars in coins. I'm not sure. I might have $5 or $6 in coins. So so I have my information in the description box of almost all of my videos, and I'm trying to ask for more help with more extension, with more help to stay in the hotel. I mean, as I said, like before the situation happened with Trisha, I was I was getting help. I was getting help. Um, I was getting help every week with that 365 a week. I was getting people were donating. I was getting help, and I was able to stay afloat and off the streets from like December. Because after I had to quit that job because they workplace mobbed me with the temp service. Plus, the temp assignment was just about to be up anyway. And so from mid December all the way through May of last year, mid December 2021, all the way through May of last year, I was able to stay afloat and get donations and get help and stay in that 365 a week motel. It was a struggle, but I was able to get help. And so after dealing with Trisha, that's how I ended up back on the streets again. And then, I tried this job and that job and was workplace mob. I tried to get back into the motel, and then it got threatened. I can't go back to that motel. I don't feel safe over there. Um, so, so I mean, this winter has more cold and rainy days than last winter. And so, I mean, I think here, I'm not sure if they're like 350 a week or something like that. I'm not sure if it's 350 a week. But they say the longer you stay, that's the cheaper. Like, so as I said, ain't really no affordable housing. And I thought that if I can write like short stories and in exchange for if I can write to y'all short stories in exchange for help with the hotel room, at least that's a side hustle or working. And the perps don't even they want for me to not be acknowledged, and y'all don't understand that that's their intent to keep me forced homeless, and they smear campaign at me and tell everybody don't help her, make her stay homeless. And they'll lie and say, "Oh, Candy quit 2 jobs." Like, and they don't. Of course, they're online perps, so they don't really know the story. And so dealing with workplace mobbing and workplace bullying, workplace mobbing, And I mean, I just dealt with it. The workplace mobbing. I'm like, damn. It was like the first day you see the demonic, the devil horns and I mean, clicking pins and throwing up devil horns, hand signs, and walking too close to me and doing this, doing that, and trying to meddle in my business, trying to pick fights with me about stuff that's not that ain't got nothing to do with you, and you want to try to play boss. And then I got an abusive, narcissistic tyrant boss that treat me like I'm too retarded to be employed. Hey, at least I freaking tried. So that's all I can do now. If I had a laptop, I mean, I have a laptop, but it's ruined. But if I had a new laptop, or it doesn't have to be new, but a working laptop, um, like I could stay here, and I don't know if a work at home or work from home job would hire me. But see, with my short stories and my writing, I can hire and fire myself or work when I want. And as I said, I mean, the online perps, they think they got the authority to force me to live. I mean, trying to control how I should live from over the internet. And and it's exhausting to tell them to back off and mind their own business, and they won't listen. And then they think they know my life more than I do. So I was kind of shocked and scared and disappointed that nobody came through to help me earlier today, until at the last minute somebody helped me with $12, and I was able to use that for food. And if that's, you know I appreciate that, that finally somebody helped me with something. But it was at the last minute that man swooped in and helped me with another night here at the hotel. And so I'm trying to get extension of more nights. And I think they said to stay here for a month would be like $1,250 or something, $1,250 something dollars. But it's like that's crazy because, and I heard that some people are saying that, like I saw on TikTok that people are saying with them raising the rent and stuff, they said that apartments and housing is starting to cost more than motels and extended stays and stuff. That is being that some places would cost $2,000 a month for an apartment and stuff like that. I'm like, damn. So if they want 3.5 times the rent, 1,800 a month, or 2,000 a month for an apartment, do they expect you to be like making like 7,500 a month, like 84,000 a year or something or more? Like, damn. Like if you gotta go by the 3.5 times the rent rule. So, um, I mean, it's unfair to force me to be on the streets, you know. But I'm glad that, that man helped me out with the hotel room another night, and then someone had helped me with $12 for enough for food. So I'm thankful, and that lady, gave me the noodles and everything, the noodles and the canned food and the box of crackers. I'm thankful and glad for all that. So yeah, I also asked them to switch me to a different room. So on this side, it's way more quiet, and they don't have all that. Like I'm on the other side so I don't have to hear all that traffic and loud trucks and all. And on the other side, I mean, and this room is way darker than the other room, you know. So I mean, I'm trying. I mean, so I'm. It's really scary. Like me trying to ask for help on Twitter, it's like talking to a brick wall. And it seems like they're suppressing my videos on TikTok too. That they want. Um. So so far today on on TikTok, the excuse me, the fake Darnell Williams perp left me alone on TikTok today, but he harassed me quite a bit yesterday on TikTok and my live stream, and he had his own fake cult to harass me in my live stream last night. So I have my information in the description box of each and every, well, no, almost all my videos. So, I mean, I accomplished to go and get some more trash bags and some more, I mean, a change of clothes. And so now, like, I have a skirt and some shorts, and I have a pair of pants. I don't think I can fit them, but and I have some capri pants. But the weather is supposed to be colder. Like tonight, it's supposed to be 50 degrees, and then tomorrow it's supposed to be a little colder, and then the next night is supposed to be in like in the 40s and 30s, and it's supposed to do a lot raining almost every day, like off and on every day. If it ain't raining, it's gonna be cold. So, you know, to as I said, people are like, why don't you go to a shelter? And I end up being mobbed out of the shelter. And that's what, dealing with being targeted, being wrongfully banned and kicked out of, or unwelcome everywhere. Or if you try to say hi and start up a conversation with somebody and they make you afraid that they're going to call the police on you for harassment because they're abusive and narcissistic and don't like you for no reason and don't want to be bothered with you, and all because they just don't like you, and you don't even know why. If they're a stranger and they don't know you, you don't know them, and they hate you for no reason. And not like there got to be perps to be like that, because I don't know you from Adam, and like, what is the reason for you to dislike me? I just said hi and said, well, oh, I like your shoes or something like that, and they treat me like, if you don't get out my face right now, I'm gonna call the police on you for harassment. Make me afraid to even try to be social. So then people think I'm weird when I'm off to myself and just a loner and better off. Like, I'm traumatized by humanity because humanity is so abusive and mean. So may I please have help with more nights here at the hotel and help with money for food too? Since the, I mean, because me having a bachelor's degree and also I shouldn't have to live a life where I'm being blocked from making enough. I mean, having a job or making enough money to have my own house and car. And what's that place called? Habitat for Humanity. They said that my income is not enough for their program. So a Social Security check is not enough for Habitat for Humanity. So The government does not care. Like if we get a social security check and ain't no housing, like how the hell we supposed to live? But they bullied me out of my own home and forced me to be homeless with the directed energy attacks, and I already explained all that, for me to have to keep going to the emergency room because they hit me with directed energy weapons that bad. But some other professed targeted individuals, they have the fortune and lucky enough to have a car. But I got to be homeless on foot and dealing with being disabled. So I'm surprised I'm even doing a video because I was like too tired to even swim. But I did a little bit of swimming, and I didn't even go in a sauna. I just, you know, switched back and forth between getting in and out of the jacuzzi and then sit there right next to it and just rest for a while and cool off for a while and then get back in there and then get back out, and the cycle, like every 20 minutes. Well, like get in 10 minutes and then get out for 20, 15 or 20 minutes, then get back in. And then like for a brief moment I went to swim 2 laps. No, the first time I swam 1 lap and then I walked the second one. But I guess I need to be more into swimming laps, but I just do the recreational, just relaxing kind of swim. And but I do a lot of walking and dealing with being homeless on the streets and stuff. So, but I discovered, I could be wrong, but I discovered this morning I'm just like on the opposite side and 3 doors down. That this room, the internet seems like it's a little bit faster than the other room that I was in. So I'm glad it's more quiet on this side. And so I'm praying for more donations and help with food and hotel room. And if I can get more help tomorrow, I can work on some more writing and make new short stories or start on a new novel or something like that. So I'm gonna go for now. I'm tired, very tired, and I hope I can sleep well tonight. Please look in the description box, and I need any and all the help I can get. And it's a shame for y'all professed Christians to act like y'all don't want to help because y'all hear the smear campaigns.